Your Friday afternoons just got better on Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf.
Talking about how much petrol is going into my car, into the Danfo, which means the cost of transport is going up.
And you see that today Ghana is doing better than Nigeria. It's because they've invested in education.
People are afraid to seek or ask the right question because they're afraid of surgery. I call it 2 F's that affects women with fibroids. Fear and fund.
When you have a child less than 12 years, as I said, it's child trafficking already.
Of course.
Child trafficking. So you shouldn't have a housewife that is less than 12 years.
Tune in to Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf every Friday from 1 to 2:30 p.m. right here on your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Updated with all the current news. From policies to politics, economies, local and foreign news. We keep you updated on all the happenings. Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Here on Info, they call us on time.
Because we bring it right on time.
Anybody that wants to remove something to build and repair our environment.
You don't have to be an ordinary man or a governor to be whipped into line.
There is no justification for madness. It is madness for a reason.
Your service all here. Be the real that recognizes real.
It's 99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk.
This is Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? How is everything going? How has your week been? I know. I haven't been around, and I know I wasn't here last week. It's just that time of the year for me, unfortunately. So much is going on, in and out. And, you know, anyway, so, yes, last week, Thursday, I would have been here on Friday with you to talk about this protest. By the way, if you are watching from our YouTube, which is Nigeria Info FM, or you're following us on social media, which is Instagram, Nigeria Info FM Lagos, Twitter, Nigeria Info FM Lagos, you will see that my chair, I'm like going shorter and shorter because I'm sitting on a chair that's just going down and down and down. And probably by the time we go to break, it's quite likely that I'll be on the floor. So if you're watching, it's not because I'm shrinking. It's the chair that's shrinking. Anyway, welcome to Danfo Conversations, the only show that takes you jiggy jaga. So, we had the protest last week, Thursday, it was beginning. And that very day, Thursday, I went to Elisha. Iloko Elisha to be precise, for my uncle, not a blood uncle, but the only way I can describe this person is one of my longest best friends, his dad. And we're just very, very close. One of those people that you have in your life that, they would starve for you to eat, that sort of person. So there was no way I wasn't going to be there. The man had died a couple of months before, Christian burial. Oh my God, Christian burial. I'm still shrinking, by the way, people. Kemi is my co-pilot today, and she's looking at me and she's laughing, but I'm still shrinking. She's laughing. Anyway, so I had to be in Elisha for the burial. So this was on the Thursday. And you can imagine, one starts to think, okay, are we going to drive into the protest? And I'm very pro-protests. Are we going to drive into the protesters? Are we going to meet any kind of, sort of fracas along the way? Is the police going to be losing their heads along the way? But here's what I did. My benchmark was my mechanic, who I've told you about before. Have I ever told you about Sheriff? Sheriff is absolutely fantastic. He's the only mechanic I've ever used since I've been in this country. Anyway, he's also the only person that I trust to drive me out of town, long distance, right? And you all know Elisha is far. Anyway, so he drives me, and also the reason I use him as well, apart from trust, is also because he's the only one that fixes my car. And in a country where you have no AA, that's automobile assistance, or you can't call anybody to come and help you if your car breaks down, best to have your mechanic be the one driving you, because he knows about cars, and he knows even more so, he knows your car from back to front. So anyway, so my measurement was, if he's able to make it to me from Oworo, which is where he lives, and make it to me on the island without any issues, then we're going to go. So I was ready waiting for him. And he made it. Not only did he make it, he made it in good time. Said not only was there no traffic, there was no this, there was no that. Everything was easy. Right? He said there was police on the street, but that there was army on the street, but there was no issues. And we drove. We literally, at one point, even on the expressway, at one point I got scared, because I'm like, are we not supposed to be here? Because for miles we wouldn't see another car. For miles, we would drive for miles, or kilometers, as you say. We wouldn't see another car, and then we would see one. So it was really, really, really odd. Really odd. Anyway, so and I was there for 4 days or so. Yeah, it was one of those funerals. Pa Solomon Adeniro Aluko, we sent you off well, sir. We sent you off beautifully. Your children did an amazing job. I'm trying to stand up now because they're trying to change this chair. So your children did an amazing, amazing job. All I can say is, if I have done good things in my life, enough good things to warrant such a send-off, then you know what? That's kind of send-off I want. I want you to be merry. I want you to be happy, and do all of that stuff. I mean, weight keeping, we were in church, we did weight keeping. Then by the evening, Ayo Balogun was playing. Next day was funeral. We did funeral. I fell asleep. Sorry, I tell you, I fell asleep at the weight keeping because it just went on for so long. Church can go on for so long. It was like 5 hours. I was thinking, okay, are we actually trying to wake the dead, or are we just supposed to be singing, or are we supposed to just sit here? I fell asleep. The photographer, one of the official photographers, took a picture of me sleeping. Quite embarrassing. Yeah, so, but it was beautiful. So Friday was funeral. I didn't go in the morning to church because I would have fallen asleep again. I told you guys I don't do religion. I like gospel music, but I don't do religion. I like Yoruba gospel, but I don't do religion. And this was a Yoruba church. It was a white garment church. It was CNS, and they can go like Anyway, But it was great fun. So Friday we had KSA came to, and I was dancing. Your girl was dancing, and I was still gay, the dancer. And then the next day we did a charity. The dad was very into charity, so we did a charity outreach in Elisha on the next day, and then we came back to Lagos and did Thanksgiving. And that Thanksgiving, I was in church. I didn't sleep this time. You people can stop yourself. I did not sleep this time, but yeah, it was good. But what happened was it turned, the reception after church ended up being a whole reminisce about we began Ebenezer Obey, reminiscing the music and stuff, and then eventually we moved to disco, and that's how Papa Luko would have wanted it. So I needed to say all of that because he was a wonderful, wonderful, kind man. And here's one thing that I want you all to learn from the lives. He died at, I think, 82 or 83 from such a person. So Baba Luko, so his first son is literally my best friend. His son, which is the grandson, is my godson. So that's literally how close we are. Now, one of the brothers was doing a tribute and talking about their dad in church. And here's something he said that I want everybody to take away. He said one thing, and the man was very successful, very, very successful in business. So one of the things he said, he would chat with his dad, and one of the things his dad would always regret, that his dad would say, is he regretted not going to school, that he hadn't gone to school. And the son would say to him, well, Dad, there are people who had more education than you. They don't have half of what you had. But then the dad would tell him, oh, do you know how I managed to get this? And basically it was a case of one day, and I'm going to ask you all to call. I'll tell you what we're talking about, but I must share this with you because we're all family here. One day, apparently, Pa Luko goes into one of the ministries or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. He goes into one of the ministries, and somehow he ended up, they asked him, are you a contractor? Well, the poor man didn't know what a contractor was, but he thought, well, he's been hearing about contractor. So he just said, yes, I am a contractor. So they said, oh, we need somebody to build this particular building ASAP. I can't remember whether it was a hostel or something. It's like, yes, we can do it. And this man who had not been, and I don't like to say uneducated because that is not lettered. That is the difference. Education comes in many different forms. So this man who wasn't lettered, who hadn't been in school, that's actually what you should call people who hadn't been in school. They're unlettered. That's what they are. Anyway, so this man goes out and registers his first company. Can you believe that? He registers his first company, and the rest, he got the contract, he learned the built-in trade, got expertise, and the rest, as they say, is history. So yes, that was why I was away from you, and he left instructions that we must celebrate him for 7 days. So it was a whole 7 days, and it was beautiful 7 days, well deserved. So that was why I reported myself, why I was not with you people last week, and I missed you. I missed you terribly, terribly. Now, let's talk about these protests. Was it worth it? Really? Was it worth it? I want to know. Do you think it was worth it? Do you think it had any impact? And if so, if you think it had impact, why do you think it had impact? If you think it didn't have impact, why do you think it didn't have impact? And what should have been done differently? Let's learn, because as I've said to all of you, no protest is ever a failure, because every protest gives oxygen to the next one. 020127709993. If you'd like to talk to me, I hope you'd like to talk to me. I'd like to talk to you. 020146579190. 080959750805 is the WhatsApp. So what do you think went right? Do you think the protest was worth it? Or do you think it wasn't worth it? If you'd like to talk to me, you can call me. And you people will be calling last minute and all of that stuff. And, when you start calling last minute, I don't get to talk to you much. Hello.
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 Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Samuel. I'm calling from Magudo.
Okay, go ahead, Samuel.
Yeah, the protest is quite on point, and I think the government they are rattled by the protest, and I think this will make them sit up because the people has registered their anger, and so it is very important to they should start treating the symptoms now, the issues now. Nobody is going to take promises anymore. We are not going to say, I will. Everybody wants to hear, I have done. Gone are the days that people would deceive Nigerians with the wonderful and beautiful species. It won't work again. So I think that awareness is there now, that people are now seeing that these politicians are joking with our destinies. While people are dying and people are suffering, people are dying by the minutes, and then they say we should wait. How many years will we wait?
Indeed. So, Sam, you get the privilege of first caller, so you and I can have a proper conversation until somebody calls in to interrupt us.
All right.
Now, here's the thing. I like what you said, and I agree with you in the sense that this protest has literally put our politicians on notice, correct? Am I correct?
Yes.
Getting you right?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
And so what do we do with that notice? Because that's what I liked about it. I said, look, whatever you say is put them on notice. But what do we then do with that notice?
Yeah, you see, we must not relent. This is not what the time when we will have. We've been able to let them know what we want.
Yeah, we mustn't sit on our laurels.
Yes, we must not sit back on our ass to say, let it, okay, and take whatsoever they say to us. So Nigerians, thank God for the awareness. Thank God for that spirit that has been baked in us. Because, you see, when they say we should, for how long will we have patience? How long?
And this is the thing, you keep saying the people should be patient.
Yeah.
But what are you giving us in return for our patience? Because a man that tells me, okay, please be patient, I'm expecting him to come up with some big gift, right?
True, very true. Very true. And you see, look at the refineries. Do you remember by 2015, this same set of people told us to be patient, that these things will work. Look, a lot of people died between 2015, hoping that Nigeria would be well and better. It's all deception.
Yeah.
So we must, if you say you are going to fix this road, we are going to say how. We are not just going to say, okay, I clap for you. We are going to ask them, how are you going to fix this road?
Excellent.
Where is the finance coming from? Where is the contractor coming from? When are you starting? So nobody should just come and tell us and bamboozle us with words and beautiful speeches.
Thank you.
Okay, people are dying.
Yeah, people are dying. I mean, this is literally it. People are hungry. Sam, thank you for calling me. Your line's cut off. Hello. Oops, you snooze, you lose. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Sisi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
You have Emmanuel on the line, and I'm calling you from Ekwe.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
A lot happened during the protest. The protest was all about bad governance, and especially the economy, bad economy, the food prices, the unavailability of food, and then when it's even available, the funds, to buy the food, you go to.
I need you to speak up a little bit, please, Emmanuel.
Yeah, you go to market with maybe 20,000 naira, 50,000 naira before you know the money seems to disappear into thin air. And then the issue of palliative that government do give out. And then you ask yourself, of recent, the government has been selling a narrative that, children are not feeding well. So in school, we do school feeding program, to feed our children, And it's because you take the ability to feed the children from the parents. And today, you also want to feed the parents, because they have no capacity to feed themselves anymore by giving them palliative. And again, what is the palliative doing? You give people to the... And one thing, they believe you should worship them for that of rice.
Everybody complain and say, we have no light, you give us rice. Hold on, wait. I have not finished. You have not even. You're laughing. We have no right, no light. You give us rice. No fuel, rice. No hungry, rice. No high foreign exchange. What you call it? USD, rice. Every high inflation, rice. This one, rice. But here's the thing. Everybody keeps saying we're hungry. Rice is a staple food in Nigeria. Incidentally, it's a staple in Nigeria as it is in Asian countries, right? Places like Malaysia and stuff. Are you with me, Emmanuel? So, can you hear me, Emmanuel? Are we still together?
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Imagine being able to buy items that have been on your wish list for so long without having to worry about upfront cash payments. Are you a business looking for maximum market exposure to grow your cash customer base? The first ever small fair in Nigeria is here. Happening on the 17th of August at the Peace Steeds Conference Center opposite Nikon Town, Lekki, Lagos from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Small Fair 2024, you can access 500k plus products and do small installment payments. Ooh. As a business owner, not only do you get to showcase your unique products and services, but you also have an excellent chance to attract new customers and increase your profits. And guess what? Attendance is free. For registration, exhibition, and sponsorship, visit www.smallfair.com or call 0916-767-2191. When your needs seem far-fetched, remember, you can do small. This fair is proudly organized by Small and sponsored by InterSwitch, Thinkra, and Quora.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown of intellect and persuasion. The I Beg to Differ National Debate Tournament kicks off on the 12th of August 2024, and it is going to be epic. Witness a thrill of high-stake arguments, insightful rhetoric, and unbeatable wit. The sharpest minds from Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will clash for the prestigious title of National Debate Champion. Who will rise to the top and claim the ultimate crown? Well, tune in to 99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos, 95.1 Nigeria Info Abuja, and 92.3 Nigeria Info Port Harcourt, Monday through Thursday, 4 o'clock, and experience the power of persuasive debate like never before. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Sorry about that, Emmanuel. I didn't know the breaks were going to come in. I'm so sorry. So very sorry. Let's talk.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Chief Mr. Ireti Bakare.
Chief Mister, how are you?
That no talk.
Yes, indeed. How are you?
I know.
How's your family?
I know. How are yours?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you. How's your son?
He's very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It was 21 the other week.
Quick one, Chief Mr. Ireti Bakare. I am really happy with what is going on. I'm telling you, when I said Nigeria, we pretend they laugh. Even in all this morning, sir, you can see, the funny thing is mothers. I hear some mothers calling this morning. We should be patient. They might have a good plan. How can? That's one thing. I like the Northerners. They
Why?
Don't pretend.
Well, no, but why would you say they don't pretend? The Northerners are only just speaking out. They did not speak up before.
No,
we had Buhari for 8 years.
You know, people are complaining, they are flying so flag in the Kanu or so. But here, somebody said this morning that if people here refuse to protest or this, they go after that person.
Well, not quite.
They pretended lost here. During Buhari, they stoned him.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. That was a one-off. They did not go out on the streets protesting like this when Buhari was there for 8 years. And let's be frank. Let's be frank. We had 8 years of Buhari without a single development or improvement in the north. That should matter.
In Katsina, they pulled down his billboard, madam. I'm telling you.
They can pull down his billboard. That's not him.
They throw him pure water. But here, my people are still telling me that, we should be patient. Oh, the man has good plan. Oh, the man did this. You hear what the man from Epe is saying? Give them 2 derrick of rice. Then you give the children food to feed in school. How did we get here?
How did we get here? Decades. Decades of decadence and incompetence.
Yeah, madam, look, Buhari, 2 years of Buhari government. I called this program, Chief Quadri. I said, Quadri, this is not what this guy promised also. Please, Nigerians, we should not take sides with this guy. This is not what they promised. Everybody was shouting then, say Baba, say Baba. People call on me, hey, you are crying because Jonathan. I don't know Jonathan. Nigeria is at stake. Jonathan will go, but Nigeria, today, these people who are present, I don't hear them call anymore. I'm telling you, my sister.
But let's talk about, okay, so I'm going to take you back. Why do you think everybody wanted Buhari? You see, this is the thing. In Nigeria, we tend to forget the day before.
Not among those, though. I'm not among those.
You might have been small, but let's be frank. Buhari 2015, he won those elections. And why did he win? We were at a stage where we said anybody but GEJ. Then we got Buhari because we all believed, the majority believed that Buhari 1983 was going to be this Buhari that will bring in some discipline. Why were we yearning for discipline? We were yearning for discipline because of the profligacy during GEJ's reign. May I remind you, everybody that's listening to this, it was during GEJ's reign that we began to do destination weddings and birthdays. Up until that time, it was not common in this country. So you see, so Nigerians were shocked because we had never seen this level of profligacy before. And then, because the one before GEJ was worse, but we thought GEJ was bad, then we said, no, GEJ, Buhari will come in and discipline. Then we got Buhari and we realized he was, well, I'm sure I can call him a dunce now. He's not exactly like he's in office. You know, it's my opinion, not the opinion of the station. We realized that, you know what? This man wasn't going to do anything. He's literally one of the most incompetent men that we have ever had in modern leadership in Nigeria. And I mean recent. So now we've got Ashiwaju. So at which point do we stop saying anybody but? That's where I was going. Do you see where I'm going, Chief Mister?
Hi, it's Sugar.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where you calling from, please?
Rapuchukwu is my name.
Rapuchukwu, how are you?
I'm okay. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. The lines are going crazy, so I'm going to be limiting everyone to 2 minutes.
Good.
Go ahead.
Okay, you see, this is a call, a demand for good governance, the protest, I mean. You know, people feel the governance is bad, so they are demanding for good governance, that the government should sit up and give them good governance, dividends of democracy. Because you see how things are going. Right, so everybody, if you want to be sincere, you believe that you see that the government is not, the governance is not good. You know, because people are passing on third hardship. Some families are finding it difficult to have 2 square meals, chocolates of 3 on a daily basis.
I totally agree with you. So what do you think the protest did? What effect do you think the protests had?
Well, like I told you, the protest, people are coming to air their feelings, you know, so that the government of the day will sit up and give them dividends of democracy. Hear what they are clamoring for. You know, like social injustice, like hunger in the land. And the government should sit up and address these issues, you know. They don't like...
So government has been put on notice, is what you're saying?
Is that?
Government has been put on notice.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, they create awareness, and the government, through this protest, they've been aware of the suffering and the feelings of people. So it's left for them to sit up and give the people the dividends of democracy. Because you see, some of these policies are affecting the masses, the citizens a lot. It's frustrating.
Thank you.
Some of the being crippled. People have legs and arms.
Yeah.
The citizens, let their their livelihoods, their means of livelihood.
Thank you very much,
their means of livelihood.
Yeah.
Be moving. You don't put.
The lines are alive. I need you to close out. Thank you.
Okay, I will round up now.
Round up.
Don't put policies that will, cripple the businesses and frustrate people.
Thank you.
If people they take care of their responsibility, you don't go on and give me palliative of rice.
Okay.
No, I don't want that.
Thank you very much.
It's a waste of economy. I have arms and leg. I can provide what I want for myself. Some people are not eating rice.
I need to move on. Thank you very much, Apochuki. You've made excellent points. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, this is your great Emmanuel calling back.
Oh, Emmanuel, I'm so sorry. Thank you for calling back.
Yeah, no problem. So, talking about the palliative, another angle to the palliative is that they are making Nigerians enemy of themselves. You give Mama Sikira Suderica of palliative of rice. However, the politicians are taking the politician in that environment are taking 5 bags.
Yeah.
You will not give Mama.
No, you send Mama Sikira 1 bag. The politician gives them 2 Derica.
2 Derica. And Mama Chukudi, we look at Mama Sikira as our enemy. Because of 2 Derica of rice. So you just bamboozle everybody.
Because Mama Sikira voted for you. You gave her 2 Derica, and you look at Mama Chukudi, you say because she didn't vote for you, she doesn't even get 1 Derica.
Mama Chukudi might even vote for them. But because the politicians is selfish, giving Mama Sikira just 2 Derica, taking 5 back to himself, Mama Chukudi does not have, part of the largest, and then she will be angry. That is on one angle. The another angle is the Russian flag, and the politics of the North. And again, the politics of Igbo must go and what have you. I feel sickened by all this nonsense, that some of our parents have handed over to us, and then we are riding on it.
Yeah.
The Northerners are very, very smart. We look at them as people who just take transistor radio.
But was it smart of them to be waving the Russian flag?
To be honest with you, some of the young men and ladies waving those flags does not know the meaning of what they are.
Exactly. So that's not so smart then. So why are we calling them smart?
What I'm saying is that there are some people beneath that action. To captivate attention on one hand, and then to play politics of 2027. So that is for me.
Okay.
And it's very dangerous because of the international dimension this may be taking. To be honest with you, if the Russians were not interested before, now they might be interested.
Yeah, I think it was the only irresponsible thing that was done during this protest. Was to wave a foreign flag, let alone a Russian flag. And I'm not even anti-Russia. I'm just saying.
I'm appealing to the present administration to do better. Because I've predicted on this station before, and it might come to pass, that if there is no good governance in the next 1 year or 2 years, another protest may likely spring up that will not inform anybody. That nobody will prepare for it. It will catch everybody unaware.
Okay, Emmanuel, round up. The lines have gone crazy.
Yeah, it might be a disaster for this country. I love this country so much. I don't want a disaster. Thank you and good.
Thank you, Emmanuel. God bless you too. I love this country too. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
This market woman.
Market woman. You love Nigeria?
Too much, oh.
This Nigeria is too much, oh. It's too much, oh. Heavenly love, oh.
He passed 100%. I tell you, yes.
I hear you. So what do you want to say? The lines are going crazy.
Everything I want, I think, is here.
I hear you. So what do you want to say about the protest?
Kind leaders is all these years, oh.
So talk to me about the protest.
That protest, I think that it never hit the target well. It's just a drop.
All the quad still shaping up, eh?
Yeah, it's a drop because if he hit it very well, this government, they could have known what to do. Not even say, I give you rice, and the rice, I take it back. It could have not been like that. So that is how I look at it. We have not touched them very well. It's just a little. That is how I believe this protest. It does not hit the main this thing at all.
Okay.
Because everything they are still doing now, they are not still doing the right thing for me.
Thank you.
That is how I look at it. And we have to sit up well and come together with one love. And do what we want to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Market Woman. You speak well. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this is Madam Lucky speaking from Idejuleki.
Madam Lucky.
From Idejuleki. Yes.
Okay, Madam Lucky, go ahead. Talk to me. You have 2 minutes.
See, what I want to say about the protest is that actually the question we're asking if indeed the protest achieved its objective. To me, a prolonged protest is not even necessary, but a short protest with the achievement of its objective, to me, is the best. You see, the president, these protests have shown, it's just like a litmus test on the information being given to the president that Nigerians are fine, everything is fine, by those that surround the president. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you, my darling. I'm hearing you well.
So this is a litmus test. When you carry a litmus paper, put in acid or...
Absolutely. I know what a litmus test is. Go ahead.
What I mean?
I absolutely
because
do.
Surrounding the president, I'll be telling him that everything is fine, that the Derrick of rent in the market is not as they are claiming. But this protest put the president on notice. That is on one side. Number two, I was disappointed upon Nigerians as well. This is a time it's supposed to be about numbers. What the world, the international community want to see, even the IMF, about the numbers of those who will be on the streets with a placard to say indeed, these people, they are hungry indeed, that the action of the president so far, the reform, is not okay with the people. But it disappointed me by when I come out here, I discovered that people were not, they said they are not hungry. Some of them are doing it because their brother is in power. Some of them are doing it because their leadership has told them not to come out. So a lot of factors. Another one, the last part I will say about it is the issue of, when you talk about the issue of our conduct as a people as well. If the president is doing his own too, and the people who are the followers too, like the ministers or those, because they are playing their own role.
I need you to wrap up. Yeah.
All right, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Lucky. Well said. Hello. I've got to read what's up. Hello. Turn your radio off, please.
Ma'am.
Hello. Good afternoon.
My name is Ferdinand. I'm calling from Mogba.
Hello, Ferdinand. Go ahead. You have 2 minutes. Go now.
Okay. I think what I'm saying may not be too different from what others are saying, but it's just that from different dimensions. Yes, we had protests, and the protests, as far as I know, they have done something good. But just like one other caller said earlier, this is just a mini protest because the system has not really learned from anything. Because I also heard that today they went to one office where the organizers were having meeting and arrested some people and all that, DSS, police and all that. So I don't know whether they were looking for people to negotiate with or people to arrest or people to carry. So the point is simple. When you are a ruler, because I don't know who is leading, because, I mean, maybe they are your leader. When you are ruling people, and the people you are ruling say this is not right, the normal thing will be, how can we get this done? Not to come and carry this and carry that and carry that. However, it's their turn now. So if it's their turn, anything where you want to do, you do. But to round up, I will advise the government to understand people like humans, not like animals, so that if they are talking, you begin to look at it, just like and somebody will give you two derica of rice or 1 derica of rice. Even if you give somebody 10 bags of rice, that 10 bags of rice is nothing. You can finish that. What about your children? You are just, anyway, I don't know. Let me not talk much so that others can contribute. But
thank you very much. Hello. Right, hold on. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Sister.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Chinenwa is my name. I'm calling for 311.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for this protest, I think the starting of things is very hard. When you are starting it, it seems as if you are not getting something. So this protest would have yielded more food if it's organic protest. Because when this protest started, government started, they want to negotiate, they want to know the organizers. Immediately they started knowing the organizers, the things started going down much more. Before you know it, they started all these ethnic bigotry, all sorts of things that can make the process go down. Before you know it, they started using the Obas. They will now put Oro. All sorts of things that will make it go down. And the last one they used is out and all manner of things. But if it's an organic process, you cannot negotiate with the organizers or anybody. Because when you negotiate with the organizers, those ones that come out from the protest, they will start to guide.
So if there's no organizer, if there's no leader of a protest, who is government to negotiate with?
They will not tell you, because when you say I want to know the organizers of this protest, what does that mean? It means that maybe you want to talk with them.
Well, how do you negotiate if you don't talk?
Before, I'm telling you the truth.
No, I'm not saying you're not telling me the truth. This is not about truth or lies. I'm just saying we as a people, we are asking governments to do certain things. Government says, okay, who do we negotiate with? And you're saying, well, there's no leader, but who does government negotiate with?
There's no need of that, because this protest is about hunger.
So we just keep we just keep protesting, and government is saying, okay, what does government tell us? That's what I'm saying. I think we need to think about that. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I can't tell you what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying we need to think about that. Who does government negotiate with is an important thing. But thank you so much for calling. Let me read your WhatsApp messages. And I have quite a few, so I'm going to try and rush it through. I think I have enough minutes to read them. This government is suffering from self-deceit and lack of foresight. They knew the truth about the failure of the past government but refused to admit it for political reasons. And now they are multiplying the problems with too many wrong policies. Tinubu is failing as Buhari failed as Buhari failed the same. You meant to say the same way Buhari failed as the petroleum minister. It's a promise kept. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Simple. A sorry case for Nigerians as it appears our way to El Dorado is not in sight. That's Stephen Ijaniki. Thank you, Steve. Okay, what have I got here? Ozo Francis from Amanguze in Enugu State. Oh, that's far. Thank you for sending your message. Good afternoon, Ireti and all the Nigerian info. The protest will make our leaders wake up and have a rethink. Our political leaders should come up with policies and programs that will impact positively on the lives of the masses. Let Mr. President fix our refineries and revise fuel subsidy removal policy. May God help us. Thank you very much, Ozo, and hello to everybody in Enugu. Undo. Did I say well? Udo? I think I tried. I will always try. Anyway, Igbo traders selling foodstuff in the Isola market are currently unable to sell because they refuse to take an oath by drinking. What are you sending me? Can you please stop sending nonsensical messages? I have no idea what that's about. What have I got here? From who is it from? From Kofi, I think. Yeah. My sister Cecile, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too, Kofi. I'm listening from Kogi State. Oh, Kogi State in Anyigba. Oh, Kogi State, long. Wow, I'm loving this. My dear sister, the protest has achieved a lot. Nobody should feel it's not achieved. It has not achieved and its aims. Tinubu and his team are aware of it already, and that is why you see them going after NLC and other individuals to make fair. If he likes, let him not improve. Soon, you see another protest coming up in different ways. I commend every participant for coming out massively. Tinubu should stop texting Nigerians. Do you mean texting or messing with Nigerians? Anyway, whatever the case, thank you. I agree with you. I keep reading my messages. You want the female only line 081 0801 465 7190. Did you hear that? 080201 465 7190. What have I got here? Olari Waju. Are Nigerians still on the streets to protest again? To protest against bad governance? You tell me. That wasn't the discussion, but you tell me. Sisioge, good afternoon, ma. Layin Kalawale. That's the person's name. In my opinion, the protest is like Aruko to the president and his cronies. But the reason why the protest to me is not yet a productive protest is because we have never been united to a cause. We are tribalistic, religious differences comes in, and we are basically selfish in intention. My opinion, though. But the Aruko is a warning for the bigger thing to come if we cannot. It's for the bigger thing to come if we can be united. See your point. Sisoge, good afternoon, ma. The palliative the federal government is distributing is a scam. Palliative is a scam. It's like that song, right? Adulthood is a scam. Anyway, twice they share in our estate. Oh, no. Twice they shared it in our estate. 1 derrick and 1/2 derrick of rice, beans, gari, and 1 derrick of corn and jero. What is jero? What is jero? Oh, millet. Okay. Propaganda is what the politicians are using. That's Pastor Mebawondoye. I don't know whether that's a Yoruba name or another name, but I'm trying to pronounce it. Mebawondoye. I hope I did justice. If I didn't, forgive me. That's interesting, though, that so are you all telling me that, yes, of course, I believe that you're getting the derrickas of rice. But however, Kemi, I don't know why you're laughing at me. Kemi keeps laughing at me. She's my co-pilot. Anyway, but government, we see government distribute bags. We have seen videos of individuals who say, look at the bag that government distributed. Look at what these people, these politicians are doing with it. Right? So government's been federal government. Federal government sending bags, they send it to the state. The state government sends it to local government. Local government is then supposed to send it to the chairman or whatever, or the semi-local people, I've forgotten what the LCDA is. And then it's supposed to go out like that. Because government certainly cannot be sending them the acres of rice, and government would not have told them, will you stop laughing, Kemi? Government would not have told them to send the acres of rice. Federal government, that is. So the question that we must start asking is, where are the bags? Where are the bags? But I'm going to shift this conversation a little bit in a few minutes. Let me finish reading these messages. Sorry. I'm trying to get everybody's messages and the lines are going. Good day, Sisioge. Okay, I've got 2 minutes. Good day, Sisioge. Always a delight to hear your voice every Friday. Thank you. It's a delight to be here. Nigerians are beginning to wake up. For decades, our political elites have taken us for granted. But this APC government has taken us 50 years backwards. Wow. Woo. They're full of lies and propaganda. Nigerians are very angry and hungry and abused in every sphere. We can't keep giving them time while they're living in affluence. Truth be told, these crop of guys don't care about us. Let's keep them on their toes until we begin to get the dividends of good governance, period. Enough is enough. Is enough. God bless Nigeria. That's from my darling listener. That's Dean Edozian Naji. Right. Okay. Oh God, you guys need to, this is the last message I'm reading. The protest for the people. The government doesn't negotiate with anyone but the masses. Okay, the protest is for the people. The government doesn't negotiate with anyone but the masses. Emmanuel Fomota. How is that going to happen, Emmanuel? Write me back and tell me how that's going to happen. Do I have time to read any more message? No. Yeah? Okay, I have a little bit of time. Honestly, I can't pick up your call, but stay calling. I'll come back after the break. However, honestly, we have a long way to go in this, our country, says Anyemeka Christopher from Abule do Lagos. I think our government is not helping us. Things are not in good shape. Children are dying. Oh, you mean things are not in good shape? Children are dying. May God help us. Indeed, may God help us. But God will tell you He's been doing a whole lot of stuff. How about we start helping ourselves? That's what protests are about. I'll be right back after this break.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Are you a business owner looking to register your business in Nigeria? Famous Nigeria has got you covered. We will help you obtain CAC, NAFDAC, SCUMO, TIN, DPR permit, money lending license, trademark, or any other license you need to run your business in Nigeria. Contact 0704-688-4475 or email info@famousnigeria.com today to get started.
Imagine being able to buy items that have been on your wish list for so long without having to worry about upfront cash payments. Are you a business looking for maximum market exposure to grow your cash customer base? The first ever small fair in Nigeria is here. Yay! Happening on the 17th of August at the Peace Conference Center opposite Nikon Town, Lekki, Lagos from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Small Fair 2024, you can access 500k plus products and do small installment payments. Ooh. As a business owner, not only do you get to showcase your unique products and services, but you also have an excellent chance to attract new customers and increase your profits. And guess what? Attendance is free. For registration, exhibition, and sponsorship, visit www.smallfair.com or call 0916-767-2191. When your needs seem far-fetched, remember, you can do small. This fair is proudly organized by Small and sponsored by InterSwitch, Thinkra, and Quora.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Talk never stop.
When I collect my salary, my husband will lock me in the house and make sure I submit to the whole money.
My wife woke me in the night one certain time and he asked me a question that I should swear whether if I don't cheat on her. And the sleep just collect.
Spending what little revenue we have to look for oil is a waste of money that could have been used to diversify our economy so that the government has other revenue streams.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
And corruption is not just about giving or taking money. Corruption.
Right, I have a couple of minutes before Yvonne comes to tell the news. I'll try and answer your call. Hello.
Yeah. The one and only.
It is the one and only. Give me the one and only.
Sweetheart, how are you?
I'm very, very well. How are you? What's your name?
I'm fine. This is one and only Mr. Frank.
Mr. Frank, we are talk. You have 2 minutes. Yvonne is going to cut us off. Go ahead.
Don't worry, I will know what to tell her. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I like this little protest that we did.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because the last time the NLC wanted to go on protest, the Minister of Defense was saying that Nigeria is a peaceful country. Why are we going on strike? What are we going to do that we shouldn't go on strike? So I don't think that anybody will come out again now and say that Nigeria have not been in protest because of what we want. That is one. And two, it has sent a very big signal to the politicians, even the ones that sit now and the one that will soon come, that Nigerians have started waking up. Because so many of them that have traveled because of this protest, they never come back. It's only them that knows why they travel, emergency. So when they come back, they will sit up again At least they will call their colleagues and say these people are started waking up.
I need you to wrap up. Yvonne has walked in.
Let me
Yeah.
wrap up because, okay,
Yes, sir.
I don't know the reason why a human being will come as a president of a nation. Within a couple of days, a dollar will go from 400 to 700 to 2,000 naira to 1,000 to 1,006. Something that has never happened in the history of the world. And all we'll be doing is to be giving us rights. Did you
Thank
know
you.
that?
I need you to wrap up. Yvonne is
I have
here.
a clip. Somebody gave to me that, and you see where somebody brings a fowl, a live fowl, and
Okay.
remove all the whole feathers.
Mr. Frank, I gotta go. Yvonne is here. She's going to literally have me facing the wall if I don't cut you off. Thank you for calling, Mr. Frank, but I get your point. Get ready for Yvonne. She's here with the news headlines.
The details.
The stories.
With the updates.
The number one station for talk brings it all.
Nigerian politics is more strategic. Even look at the presidential level, you see almost the same thing almost playing out. It's a game of numbers and popularity.
Even of us to help our brothers and sisters to rise up, and condemn.
Don't be left out of the conversation.
Let's talk on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's 2:00. .3 Nigeria Info Lagos. You are listening to the news headlines this hour. Nigeria's brightest medal hopeful, Tobi Amusan, fails to reach the final of the 100-meter hurdles, while Ese Brume fails to win a medal in the women's long jump event at the 2024 Olympic Games. Head of track RNG, Ayomide Ladipo, urges Nigerians to utilize their social media handles to hold Nigerian public officials accountable. Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Atiku Bagudu, calls for collective action to address decades of underinvestment in the country. Senator representing Delta North Senatorial District, Ned Nwoko, dismisses reports claiming that he died in Switzerland, while Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule says Port Harcourt refinery not likely to become operational this August. Permanent Secretary in the Federal Ministry of Education, Sani Gurazo, reveals plans to establish the National Polytechnic Commission to promote academic standards in the education sector. Lagos State Environment and Sanitation Corps says it arrests an average of 50 street traders daily in different parts of the state. Lagos State Traffic Management Authority and Federal Road Safety Corps agreed to strengthen their partnership in managing traffic across state. Two Beninwa nationals are in police custody for allegedly stealing a car in Lagos. Human Rights Watch Africa calls for protection of women and girls in war-torn areas of Sudan. Eco Electricity Distribution Company urges unmetered customers to register for prepaid meters to eliminate estimated billing. And former U.S. President Donald Trump and Kamala Harris agree to a September 10th debate on ABC Network. Those are the headlines. You are still listening to Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf, whom you also know as the Sioge1 of Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Stick around.
Danfo Conversations.
Danfo Conversation
With Ireti Bakare.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations. We're about to get to the end of the show. As you know, we only do 90 minutes. So let me pick up your calls. I'm going to give each person 1 minute because the lines are crazy. Hello.
Okay, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mrs. Oboli. How are you?
I'm fine. I didn't mention my name, but you already know.
Yes, that voice. This for once I do, but don't think I will all the time. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
For those who say this protest hasn't achieved much, I beg to differ because, to the best of my knowledge, the protest has achieved much, not only for me, but even for my mom. I was at the protest ground on Thursday.
You said so. When I had GRV here, you said you were going to be going to the protest. So I'm glad to hear you went. Yeah, go on.
So,
which one did you go to? Which site?
At Ojota.
Ojota, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only
You have to turn your radio off because I can hear myself. It comes back.
The only thing I feel is the excessive show of force. It was unnecessary. Okay, at some point, you need to see how journalists that were going about their duties were handled, maltreated. The touts were doing everything they had to do just to stop protesters from doing what they came there to do. See, I've often wondered, okay, are we practicing democracy?
When you said the touts, because let's be honest, everybody is hungry, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, right?
Okay.
Levels is what differ. You're talking about people who live on the streets, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to call them homeless people, right? So you're talking about homeless people who are hungry, right? Could it not be that they are being aggressive like that because because levels differ? Could it just be that they see you and they think, okay, she's got more than me, I want to take some from her?
No, they came to stop the protest, COG. Would you say that was why they also attacked the journalists as well? The policemen that were supposed to protect the protesters, they turned the blind eye, seeing journalists harassed, seeing protesters harassed. COG, do you know that this protest shouldn't have been called off? But because when we later went back there, you saw military presence. Sambisa Forest is there. They didn't go there to combat kidnappers or insurgents.
Because it is a forest, and people keep saying that Sambisa Forest. Does anybody have an idea how big and dense Sambisa Forest is? To fight in Sambisa Forest, you literally have to use an helicopter or some sort of drone bomb.
I went there without a knife, without a fork, without a spoon, without a weapon.
Just as an innocent citizen.
Power for power with guns.
You are met with force.
Live bullets.
The kind of force.
Who does that?
Who does that?
A child is dead in Kano, and they gave the family 300,000 with that money.
Which is ridiculous.
Bring back the life of the child.
Yeah.
Ojota protest shouldn't have been stopped. But because of all these things, okay, can they whip everybody into line? The journalists, the protesters, the masses, everybody, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, the only language we were speaking was that same language. Being power, we are hungry. Okay, if I go there to carry out my civic rights, responsibilities as a Nigerian, I don't think I should be shushed into silence.
Thank you very much.
Be whipped into line. So if you say, I agree when people say or when the government says flying the Russian flag is treasonable, fine. But I will tell you what is treasonable, Tisioge. Attacking innocent citizens that came to protest in their father's land. Tisioge,
I need you to wrap up. We've done over 1 minute.
You understand what I'm saying, Tisioge? Now, even when they're supposed to be singing the normal national anthem at the Senate, at the National Assembly, they are singing "On Your Mandate We Shall Stand." I find that highly treasonable to say, okay, we can go on and on. But this unnecessary show of force under a democratic government has to stop.
Thank you.
This is not dictatorship.
Thank you, Mrs. Oboli. Thank you very much. And Mrs. Oboli makes a very, very, very good point. When we go out, as ordinary citizens of Nigeria who are protected by the Constitution, the 1999 Constitution as amended, who go out without we don't go out with a fork, with a knife, we go out with no instruments to fight. And then we are faced with force. That in itself should be treasonable, shouldn't it? Let's talk. I really have to be strict with my 1 minute. So people, let's talk. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
My name is Sam.
Go ahead, Sam. Okay, let's move. Hello.
Hello, Cici.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from, please?
My name is Ambrose.
Go ahead, Ambrose. Your 1 minute starts now.
Cici, you asked a question now. You said if they don't see the faces of those people negotiating, how can they negotiate with them? The demands are there. Even if you can't meet everything, you will be able to say, okay, these are the ones I will be able to do now. The people who are also complaining, they are human beings. Nigerians are human beings. All these things that we're talking about, let's be very honest. They don't feel it. And these talks that came, they came there because they have been given some stipends. Because they are not any different from the Talakwas or the uneducated people in the north. They are the same thing. So the only language they understand is money. And that's exactly what they have come there to do. But by and large, are we okay? No. People are hungry, and the government is not addressing those issues. They are only trying to stop protesters. And these things can be very, very delicate and dangerous, very delicate and dangerous. Nigeria is precipitating, and the Tinubu administration, to the best of my knowledge, they are not really doing what they need to do to push. What they are doing is to suppress the people rather than to assuage. And this is the first time that we have seen government that will just take protest or whatsoever with a kid glove. Honestly, they are not showing any sign of remorsefulness or palliative, as the case may be. Not all these ones that they are giving rights and all of that. No.
Thank you.
Serious palliative that will be able to reach, if not every Nigerian, at least 60 to 70% of Nigerians.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
God bless you too. God bless you too. Hello.
Hello, Cici.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Good afternoon. You have Ahmed Kuti from Oworonshoki.
Ahmed, you have 1 minute starting now.
Yes. Yes, you see the protest. I only see the protest as a washout. Washout to this current government.
What do you mean by washout?
Like washout for, washout.
Okay, to watch out. Okay, yeah. You see, we've put them on warning, right? On notice.
Yes, on warning.
Yes.
They feel it.
They're on query.
Yes. But despite the protest, you can still see intimidation from this government. They even promised to reduce, even market woman has spoken my mind. They promised to bring rice down to 40,000 naira. Later on, we heard they want to give it to civil servants alone.
No, the rice, apparently, the 40K for civil servants, it was withdrawn. The rice was withdrawn because apparently, according to the news, civil servants were getting it at 40K and selling it at 80 or 85.
Okay.
That's according to the news.
On some of the northerners that raise Russian flag. Though I'm not in support of that, but when we raised Nigerian flag in 2020, what did they do to us?
I am giving that man a clap. Profound.
That is our own flag. We didn't hold broom, no weapon. What did they use to us? They paint the flag with blood.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
With blood. So why should we not blame people that are raising the Russian flag? Because they don't want to see our own flag. They raise another one. They're still angry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Sorry, my line is gone because the first time.
Yes, go ahead. What's your name and where you calling from, please?
Okay, I say my name is Sam from Mowe.
Okay, Sam, go ahead. You have 1 minute starting now.
As far as I'm concerned, I think the protest was able to create awareness to some extent. But the government got the message. That one we don't know. But the message has been passed.
The message is clear.
We say we are hungry, but you are not attending to hunger. Then the only thing is that telling us to cry. When a child is crying for hunger, what does the father do? The father is to give food. It's not to tell the child to keep quiet. That's exactly what they are doing. The lesson that the government did not learn from here, or the people I'll be able to pass around is that you cannot shut all of us up. This time they gave them notice. The next one, notice may not be given. The area boys will not be able to stop everybody. They may not be able to bring all of us to Ghanaian Square to be inside the street one by one. By that time, it will be too late. The lesson has been passed.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a good point. A lesson, the notice has been served. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Cecilia.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
Beautiful afternoon to you. Mecca is my name.
Okay, Mecca, you have 1 minute. Go.
Thank you very much. You see, like all the callers have alluded, a clear message was passed to those running the affairs of the nation. But another thing the protest was able to reveal is this kind of democracy we operate. Because there's this incipient dictatorship or tyranny that is about coming up, that is, as we just saw in the way and manner the protest was handled. Listen, scapegoating, gaslighting, threats, intimidation is not the way to go in a democratic setting. When your people are crying to you as a father that they are hungry, and all you do is to give them a show of force. We don't want to, you see, that the opposite of a peaceful protest is better imagined than experienced. And I pray we don't get to that point, because I don't see any seriousness in the part of those on the affairs of this nation to fix the problem. Rather, we see repression, suppression, even of the press, which is a clear violation of our constitution.
Yeah.
Those on the affairs of this nation, if and only if they had secured this mandate by the votes of the people, they would listen to the people. But the way and manner they're going about it shows how they were able to get to that place.
Okay. Thank
Let
you.
us understand that we have a country to run.
Yeah.
And this is the only country that we have. The entire military force in this country, the police and the thugs put together, cannot match the will of the people the day the people decide that enough is enough.
Thank you.
Let the government to the path of peace now and resolve whatever lingering issues and stop the ethnic baiting and the scapegoating.
Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. Let me read your messages. What have I got here? I have Adeshino Omogoriowo from Ikorodu. Your subject matter. I don't understand when you are saying the government is asking for the organizer of the protest for dialogue. Is it not obvious that the organizer is the Nigerian masses? Okay, right, all right. So which address do they write to? Who did they invite? All 150, 200 of us, 250 million of us? Who do they write? You don't understand? Try understanding. I asked the question. We are asking government to do certain thing. Government is saying, okay, who do we negotiate with? Whether it's right or wrong, we must think about that and marinate over that, even if you are in Ikorodu. Say hello to my Ikorodu people. What have I got here? Good afternoon, Cecil. The show of unnecessary force I witnessed at the protest ground in Ojota is uncalled for. How can you try? Is that Mr. Boli? Don't worry. I cannot read your message again. We've picked up your call. Hello, Silge, long time. Bawo from Ikorodu. Bawo, how are you? This last protest was a warning protest, but we have a long way to go. In my opinion, for protests to succeed, we need all sectors in one accord. So there has to be consultations and plans, especially plans to incorporate the hungry street boys. We need to get to them before the government does. See, these are the kind of thing I want us to think, to pivot our mindsets to the next one, at least to the majority of them. Let me read that part again. In my opinion, this is Bawo from Ikorodu. He said, in my opinion, for the protest to succeed, we need all the sectors on one accord. So there has to be consultations and plans, especially plans to incorporate the hungry street boys. We need to get to them before the government does, at least to the majority of them. Also, we need to play the long game against our government. To me, subsidy cannot be brought back, but we can make food cheaper at least. So we need to unite and protest. That we should switch fully to the Dangote refinery. Okay, so we should protest for switch fully to the Dangote refinery for now till the other 4 ones are functional, so we can cut off $6 billion in import and export spending. That is long ago. I can't read all of this. We should ask that money be put into food subsidy and insecurity. Lastly, the main reason why our governments don't fear us is because we do not decide our leaders in Nigeria. So it's a long game. We need to attack the electoral system. We, the people, should come up on how we want our elections and its progress and the processes should be conducted and present as a demand to the legislature and executive. Example is the continuous registration and delivery of voters card 365 days of the year, like our passports and national ID card. This should be backed with nationwide protests, peaceful protests for a month till it is passed. Trust me, when they see numbers of people getting their PVCs 2 years to an election, they know rigging is minimal. They'll always want to please us. Till then, we fight in vain. That's Bawo from Ikorodu. Bawo, that was long, but incredibly interesting. I don't have much time, so I'm going to speak now if I come back to your call. Here's the thing. I agree with all of you. As I've always said, protests are not failures at all. They give oxygen to the next one. And these are some of the examples you've all given. They give oxygen. That's how it gives oxygen. We've basically put government on notice. We've served them notice and query. And you must notice that I know many people weren't happy with President Tinubu's address, but go back and read it. What is it, a week on now, a few days on? Read it again. And you will see that within there is the fact that they know that they've been served query. Right? They know. I agree that we need to organize. Now, I also understand why people say there are no leaders, because often when you have leaders, they can let you down. I'm not one, and I'm speaking for myself. I'm not one person. I don't trust Nigerian unions. So if they say they're representing us, some people might feel that way and they may not go, right? They may feel the same way as me and they may not go, and other people might trust them and go. The fact of the matter is, we mustn't rest on our laurels. We mustn't get tired. We must continue to demand for what is rightfully ours. I do agree with Bawo. We have to be smart, actionable. That's the A in smart, actionable. We have to be smart in what we are requesting. Subsidy can never be rolled back because we will end up regretting it. But you see, they can subsidize food. And when I say subsidy cannot be rolled back, I'm talking about the way we were doing subsidy before, which was consumption. Nigeria was subsidizing consumption. In other parts of the world, they subsidize production. How do you subsidize production? A Dangote refinery, a Walter Smith refinery. That's how you subsidize production. And how do you do that when you have so many other refineries and you say, because in Saudi Arabia, how do they do it? How are they subsidizing their own petrol? Why is it petrol is so cheap over there and they're selling it at a different price to the rest of the world? Because their people get it subsidized, because their people literally almost don't pay for petrol. Rather than pay for petrol, rather than charge them for high, they sell that because they refine it and they sell it to the rest of the world, and that's how it is. So we need to demand for things like that. We need to be realistic and smart with our demands. They need to be actionable demands. But fundamentally, here's the thing. And it wasn't by intention that I read Bawo's message last. It's just the one I saw. I just read your messages in order. Is that how do we differ? How has our protest differ to the Kenyan protest, which you all know I covered a great deal? The Kenyans were asking for structural change. No, they were demanding for structural change. Structural change was included everything but structural change. We need to demand for structural change, and that's why I like what Barrow said when he said, lastly, the main reason why our governments don't fear us is because we do not decide our leaders. So he went on to say that we should ask for things like 365 days a year for our voters card. It's true. Why is getting a voters card seasonal? In any other parts of the world, in the UK, as soon as you move and you're on the voters register, that's it. So there are certain things that we should be demanding for, which are structural changes. Right? And so We might not like leaders. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you whether we should have a leader, whether we shouldn't have a leader. But I'm saying to you, I'm not going to be driven to do something by a self-appointed leader who is all the way in New Jersey, in America. No, that's not going to happen. You want us to do this? Come, let's all walk it together. Let's all walk it together. And I send my condolences to the young boy that was killed in Kano. I send my heart, my love, and healing to every single person who was injured, attacked, disheveled by our authorities and, the homeless people. Because, you see, this is the thing. When we other, I really like Bawo's message. When we do other, let me explain what othering means.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Imagine being able to buy items that have been on your wish list for so long without having to worry about upfront cash payments. Are you a business looking for maximum market exposure to grow your cash customer base? The first ever small fair in Nigeria is here. Happening on the 17th of August at the Peace Steed Conference Center opposite Nikon Town, Lekki, Lagos. From 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Small Fair 2024, you can access 500k plus products and do small installment payments. As a business owner, not only do you get to showcase your unique products and services, but you also have an excellent chance to attract new customers and increase your profits. And guess what? Attendance is free. For registration, exhibition, and sponsorship, visit www.smallfair.com or call 0916-767-2191. When your needs seem far-fetched, remember, you can do small. This fair is proudly organized by Small and sponsored by InterSwitch, Thinkra, and Quora.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown of intellect and persuasion. The I Beg to Differ National Debate Tournament kicks off on the 12th of August 2024, and it is going to be epic. Witness the thrill of high-stake arguments, insightful rhetoric, and unbeatable wit. The sharpest minds from Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will clash for the prestigious title of National Debate Champion. Who will rise to the top and claim the ultimate crown? Well, tune in to 99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos, 95.1 Nigeria Info Abuja, and 92.3 Nigeria Info Port Harcourt, Monday through Thursday, 4 o'clock, and experience the power of persuasive debate like never before. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, I've got 3 minutes to go, so I'm just going to sign off. But like I said, I really liked Banwo's message. We do have to start demanding for for structural changes. We have to demand for changes in our electoral process. We even have to demand for changes in our jurisprudence. There's so many things that we need to demand changes for. But like Banwo said, let's not other, and that's where I was going before I was cut off. Othering. What does othering mean? Othering mean pointing at homeless people who are also hungry, who are not necessarily unfortunate. They are in the same position as us, and calling them touts, agberos. This one, you might want to, I don't subscribe. Or calling them urchins. I absolutely detest that word. I really, really do. Urchins are hideous, right? So, like Banwo said, let's actually try and reach out to them. And I'm not saying we're gonna get all of them. I'm not saying this is gonna be done immediately. I don't know. But these are some of the changes that we need to learn from. And that's why I said no protest fails, because every protest gives oxygen to the next protest. And so if the next one is gonna happen, let's be prepared for it to happen. Do I have time to close with a message? I've got 1 minute. Oh, let me see. I've only got. If it's long, I won't be able to read it. No, I've already read your opinion, Lainka. Oh, that's long. You guys, good afternoon. Patience left Asorok. Oh gosh. Good. What is it about rice? Should people register get rice? Why only 7 servers? And what about the Nigerians? What is really wrong with us? When will they give yam and beans? It is everyone that it's not everyone that eats rice. It's true. Election time rice, bad politics rice, policies, police rice. Oh, police somersault rice, bad governance rice, palliative rice. And he says, please, Sisioge, answer me, Paul. How the heck am I supposed to know, Paul? Look, I love rice, but I try to stay away from rice because I wanted these apes to get a bit smaller so you can jiggle about and wiggle about this weekend. I don't know. They give us rice, but I've told you, rice is one of our staple diets, but you have a good point. What happened to beans? What happened to yam? Beans is so expensive now. It's insane, right, Kemi? It is so expensive. It's insane, right? It's crazy, right? How much does beans? Beans is crazy.
Last time my mommy told me, she said beans has gone up to beans and gari.
Odikwa. So you can't even have a wangari. See?
No.
So yes, we're fed up of rice. Government, if you're listening. Governor Sanwo-Olu, if you're listening. Please, dash us beans.
And yam.
Because yam is so expensive
yam
now.
Is very.
Yam is very, very expensive. That's why you should have seen me eating it in Elisha. When they were cooking it and they were doing original onion powder yam, I was like, we don't get this in Lagos anymore. It's only rich people that can get it. But yeah, literally. So if you're listening out there, Governor Sanwo-Olu, whoever you are, government, stop giving out rice. We're fed up. If you're going to do palliatives, and I hate that word, but I'll tell you about why I hate it another time. If you're going to do palliatives, which are really interventions, which are social interventions, then do it properly. Make it count. I'll be back at 4 o'clock. We'll be talking democracy, protest, and people power. Take care. Ciao, ciao.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.